The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Good morning, I'm Graham Mack, and this is Manchester, in the heart of Britain's northern powerhouse. A city that started out as the Roman fortress of Mancunium. The people who laid the foundations for this great city literally laid the foundations, because they were builders and tradespeople. Today, Manchester's famous for its architecture, its culture, music, sport, media, science and engineering. None of it would be here without builders and trades. Because you made the buildings that became the homes, the schools, the universities, railway stations, the factories, the studios, the clubs, the theatres, the stadiums, everything. Well, now we're building something for you. Your own radio station. This is the station for builders and tradespeople. Fix Radio, Manchester.
We've been looking for some promo ideas, really. See if you can tell us how we can best promote ourselves to the tradesmen of Manchester. So, first person I spoke to yesterday was Martin from Atlantic Timber. This is the idea he had.
Give out bacon butties. That usually wins people over.
Now, that is a good idea. Free food wins people over, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? We're getting free food for people. It's always going to win people over, isn't it?
I tell you what, let's do that. Let's get a van, right? We'll brand it up with Fix Radio, and we'll have bacon sarnies in it, and we'll drive around to sites and say, here, have a bacon sarnie, and while they're eating them go, have you listened to Fix Radio yet? Have you got it? Give us your radio here, and you got a DAB radio, and we'll tune it in. Interesting thing happened this morning. A gritter overtook one of the Fix Radio promotional vehicles. It was an incident known as when the grit hit the van.
The Full Fix Breakfast.
We need to do something. We need to pull a stunt this week. I'm going to have to draw a line through my pregnant bikini pageant because I'm just getting too much flack about that. I think that would get us the attention we need, but Play Your Carbs Right was a game I came up with on the fly, which I kind of like, which is where we get celebrities and we weigh them, and then listeners have to guess. We give out the weight on the radio, and then the next celebrity that we stands on this, we give out the name. So, for instance, we've had Gary Lineker. Gary Lineker weighs this much. Okay, next is, I don't know, Lisa Riley. Higher or lower? I reckon lower. Do you think?
Lower.
And then you have to. Then we put her on, and then we announce her weight. And the thing that lets that one down is a lot of the female celebrities will not like us announcing their actual weight.
I think that a lot of the female celebrities maybe won't like coming up against other female celebrities.
Okay, all right. So let's just put a line through Play Your Carbs Right. Yeah, that's not going to be our idea. Something positive we can do. Something uplifting. Andrew, you've got... Well, you think we should do something positive and uplifting. You think we should torture Piers Morgan live on the air.
Yes, slowly.
Yeah.
The other one, Katie Hopkins, she'd be the good one. You could do it. In fact, that's it. Charity boxing match.
A charity boxing match between Piers Morgan and Katie Hopkins.
In fact, forget boxing match. Give them both sticks and make them fight to the death.
Yes.
And then there's no winner. Society is the winner.
We've got it.
It's a very special day on this day in history. Come back in time with me now. Gaz, did you know that on this day in 2007, the bloke that invented the pot noodle died?
Oh my goodness, no, I did not.
It was a very unusual funeral. He was laid to rest in a plastic cup, surrounded by starving university students.
Fix Radio.
Rob, what's on the agenda today, pal?
Skimming my ceilings.
That's it. So, Rob, right, at Fix Radio, we're brand new. We only launched this week, and we're trying to promote ourselves, and we're trying to come up with, like, I don't know, just some sort of promotional stunt. Say if we got, like Graham's idea, right? I'm not sure about this, but Graham's idea was to do something controversial, to get something that we're going to get in the papers, causing a bit of controversy. He wanted, do you want to know what he wanted? A pregnant beauty pageant.
Not for me, thanks.
Not for you, the pregnant beauty pageant.
No, definitely not. They've got 5 kids, I've seen enough. Black women.
Prince, a raspberry beret, Gaz, from the time when all his songs seemed to be about colours. He had...
Go on, then, name another.
Was Raspberry Beret. There was Purple Rain.
Oh, of course.
There was Little Red Corvette.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's Brown Bread. Is it too soon? Car on the tram tracks. Again.
Sounds like a Smith song.
Sounds like a Smith song. Or an album title. Car on the Tram Tracks by the Smiths. Yeah.
It's obscene, this, mate. It seems to be happening every other week in Manchester.
But don't the Manchester Evening News love it, though?
They do. Every time it happens, they race to the scene with a picture of this lonely Fiat Punto on the tram tracks in Media City. It's obscene. But it does happen far too often. It is getting silly now.
How does it happen? You know, how do you make the turn onto the tram tracks and then end up getting stuck?
So I'm not justifying it here, but the only explanation I can think is that people are solely relying on their sat-nav. And when I say solely relying on that, I mean they're not even using their eyes. They're just using the sat-nav and looking where they are in relation to that. Because Manchester is ever expanding. The tram network is ever expanding. There's always new tram lines.
Yeah, Oldham now, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the next place. And the Trafford Centre is being built as well, the tram lines to there from Altrincham. So it's everywhere. And I understand why people would be surprised by the new tram tracks. However, it's very clearly, there's so many signs showing you which way to go. If you just pay a little bit of attention.
I think, people who get banned from driving for doing 45 in a 40 limit 3 times in 3 years, they get banned. Yeah. That's bad. Yeah. That's enough points to get banned. Yet you go on the tram tracks once, are you even going to get a fine?
I don't know how much trouble this person will get in.
But I think that should be if you speed and you've got too many points, you have to have a speed awareness course. How about if you ever drive on the tram tracks, you get banned and you have to have like a world awareness course. You have
to be stupidity awareness course.
Just an awareness course. No, you're clearly not aware of your surroundings awareness course.
But I tell you what, though, Graham, everyone's talking about it every time it happens. Like you say, the MEN.
Oh, they love it.
Every single time. There's always a picture on the website of a lonely car on a tram track.
I think they have a department. I think they have you know how they have they've probably got someone who specialises in local politics and someone who does all the crime stories and whatever. I think they've got car on a tram tracks. At least car on a tram tracks desk. They've got that. At least they've got something there. Because it is no one. You can't drive onto a tram track and break down or crash or whatever without it being a big deal on the MEN. Yeah.
Exactly, and thinking about that, earlier in the week, obviously we were after a promotional stunt.
Yes.
We ended up sending me up a crane yesterday.
I don't think we should stop looking for commercial opportunities to have a stunt. We should look at other. That's our launch stunt, but this is our second because it's only our second week on the air in Manchester. But we should be looking for other stunts we can pull. Why do you smell one here?
Well, the other day I was introduced to the Fix Radio Butty van, which I was unaware of this, has a big picture of me and you on the back of it.
That's right. For anyone who doesn't know, we now have, and it started yesterday, we now have a fleet of vans branded up with this radio station, Fix Radio, as Made for the Trade, the radio station for builders and tradespeople in Manchester. That fleet of vans is out every day visiting building sites and anywhere where people are grafting and giving them bacon sandwiches and introducing them to Fix Radio, showing them how to rescan the DAB, showing them how to download the app, which is solid. I listen most of the time on the app. And also our website. You can listen through all different platforms. And the team on the vans, they go out, they give you a sarnie, and they sort you out. Yeah, and on the back doors, there is a picture of me and you. I thought that was, like on some work vans, it says no tools held in the van overnight. We've got a picture of 2 tools.
Picture of 2 tools, yeah.
But the fact, the sign that says no tools overnight, that's to stop you breaking in. I think the picture of me and you is to stop people breaking in because they walk and think, whoa, I'm not going near that.
Well, we're looking for ways to promote ourselves, though, mate, with the van, with Fix Radio branding all over it, big picture of us on the back. The fact that MEN go to the tram tracks every time someone parks on them. Why don't we just drive the van onto a tram track?
Oh, now we're thinking.
We'd be in the papers, wouldn't we?
Oh, this is how we'd get our picture in the paper, because they'd have to take a picture of the van, because they do, it's the law, they have to.
Yeah.
And we're on the van, our picture is on the... Yes!
We could even do it this morning, because they'll be there on the scene within 22 minutes, no doubt.
Oh, they have a rapid response team that does this. Yeah. The only thing that lets it down is the disruption it would cause.
And then can you imagine everyone on the tram as well, late for work or late getting home from work, really frustrated, then they look at what's delaying them, and it's just a picture of us two.
Yeah, maybe it's not a good idea. If anyone's got a way we can... But I tell you what, maybe there's somewhere we can put one of our vans that will get us some publicity that doesn't actually bring the city to a grinding halt.
Centre Circle at Old Trafford?
Not a bad idea. Well, I think we'd need permission for that one, especially if the match was on.
There's been enough buses parked on that pitch this season, mate. They can make room for a van.
We search for a stunt to put this radio station on the map. A radio station aimed at builders and tradespeople. On the phone is Big Tone. How are you, Tone?
I'm very, very well, Mr. Mack, and good morning, Manchester. Anyway, competition time or a stunt for Fix Radio.
We need to get noticed, yeah.
Well, I was thinking something like a builder's bum competition.
Like a pageant. A builder's bum pageant.
Who's got the lowest jeans? How low can you go?
Yeah.
And how big is the bit?
Yeah. So points for bum cleavage.
In Piccadilly, Manchester, set up a little tent.
Yes.
As you do.
Yeah.
And invite the builders that are not working or that can maybe get a little bit of time off to come on down and just see how low you can go.
All right, then. Yeah, you saw the crescent, I saw the hole of the moon. All right, and thank you very much, Tone. It's not a bad idea, Gaz, what do you think?
It's not bad. It will certainly get us in the papers, won't it?
It will. Now, on the phone, we've got your postie.
Oh, have we really?
Your
Brian?
postie, your postman, Brian, he wants to help.
Yeah.
Could we have you slipping stuff through people's doors?
Like what? Like just putting leaflets through?
Yeah, I want you to doorstep for us.
The thing is...
Would you be arrested for that?
It depends, because if I've got my uniform on, I could get in a bit of trouble.
How much trouble?
Like, lose job kind of trouble.
All right, well, if you're losing your living, then maybe that's not a great idea.
That's a non-starter, that one, I think.
Brian, what do you think we could do?
I'd be all in for that, but I mean, I'd go around with a big orange Royal Mail coat on, and I think it wouldn't go down too well, to be honest.
And we don't want you delivering mail in your spare time, because we don't want that. It's like any tradesman will tell you, any job round the house, it doesn't get done because they just don't want to be doing that when they get home. And you must be the same as opposed to you. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be doing it during your work time, but as soon as it's over, that's it.
That's it. No more posting. Yeah, I'm the same. I don't give time calls when I'm not on the radio. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You don't walk around your kitchen going 10 to 7.
Someone asks me the time, I say, I'm sorry, I'm not working right now.
No.
All right, then. Well, have you got any other ideas, Brian, of a stunt? Maybe involving Gaz?
What, to advertise yourself?
Yeah, get us known. So we get a bit of press, maybe get ourselves on the telly or something. What do we have to do?
We not tried a big billboard or anything like that?
A billboard of some kind. A billboard. Yeah. Where could we put a billboard?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, obviously with you being a Manchester-based radio station.
Yeah.
Put it somewhere in Manchester where you've got your people working office-based jobs and stuff like that. They'll be able to see it on the way to work here. Well, you're not an office-based radio station, are you?
Well, I'll tell you what. Well, I'm going to have a look. I'm going to look into it and see how much a billboard is, but I imagine that's going to be way out of our price range.
Tradespeople, though, aren't you?
Yeah. Tradespeople have got to be able to see it. Yeah.
You want it so that people that work for construction companies are.
Yeah, where could we put a billboard where people who work in construction would see the billboard? Yeah.
We could do is doing something on site. Like actually on a construction site.
Well, is you know, like big construction projects going on in Manchester at the moment where
there's hundreds of them.
There's going to be a few where a lot of builders are going to be working, where you're going to get a lot of. You can aim it more towards them.
Yeah.
And you're going to get quite a lot of people listening in, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There's something there, Gaz. There's something there, you know.
I mean, I'm looking out the window now. I can just see cranes across the whole skyline. So I'm going to go onto those sites, see if I can get any ideas.
Just get Gaz's big face on a billboard or something. I'm sure that'll get you a few listeners.
Brian, thanks for the idea. We'll investigate the billboard option. I think that might be a goer.
It'll either work one way or the other. You'll get loads of listeners, or you get none at all.
Right, we're outside the Moss Trooper pub in Timperley on Fix Radio right now. So I'm here with Chris. Chris, I've got to ask you this, mate. It's the big question on everyone's lips this week, right? Remain or leave?
Definitely leave.
Definitely leave. Do you not think he's done a good job so far, or?
About?
You know, I mean, I think he's done a good job with the team, hasn't he?
Who?
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Do you want him to remain or leave?
Oh, right, yeah, definitely. Definitely stay.
Definitely stay.
Definitely stay.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
I don't agree with the fact that there's, now 7 films called Mission Impossible. I mean, surely eventually they're going to come to the realisation that the mission is in fact possible.
Have we had any ideas for a stunt?
Yeah, we've had a few tweets actually. Funnily enough, the interestingly named Phil Jones got in touch. He says, "Morning guys, a great stunt to pull would be to send Gaz up a tower crane and hang a great big Fix Radio banner from the top. He should scale at least 10. Phil Jones Hammersley, appreciate your tweet, mate.
Thanks, Phil.
Why did he have to say me? Why is it me that has to do that?
I don't know, Gaz. Do you know what though? I think that's a belting idea. You know, you see all the cranes.
Idea.
Manchester Sky. Oh, so you're up for it? You'll go up the crane. We'll get a banner.
It's a great idea.
This
Everyone
week we'll
see it.
Yes.
It's just, why do I have to do it?
Well, we can get a banner. We've now got someone to go up into the crane to do this. All we need, yes, haven't we? All we need now, Gaz, is a crane.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
So,
who's going to go out and find a crane?
Your mission should mission, should you decide to accept it, is to find us a nice big tower crane on one of the big sites in Manchester. You need to find us a crane. International news now, Gaz.
Okay.
Gender Equality Awards, they were presented yesterday in the UAE, the United Arab Emirates.
Interesting.
Yes. All the winners were men.
Stop it. No, they weren't.
I'm not joking.
No, they weren't.
That sounds like a joke, doesn't it? It's like, hey, have you heard about the Gender Equality Awards they had in the United Arab Emirates? All the winners were men.
I was about to stand up there and say, like, oh, well, the UAE, it's nice to see they're changing a little bit, aren't they? Last few years, going a bit more liberal.
Yeah. No. And they have these awards every year. I heard that there was a female winner last year.
Okay.
But she was a camel. The Manchester Evening News, I sent them some stuff when we started, and I sent them like a bio of you and a bio of me, and I sent them the audio of our, first day, and nothing. I don't know if we're the right story for them, though. Honestly, I said it was frustrating me last night, and I opened up the laptop and I said to Julie, "Have you seen this website for the MEN?" I said, "Just read the 3 top stories, whatever they are. Just read them out." And she reads out: "Depraved monster raped a woman after 9-hour ordeal." Murder investigation in Swinton. Paul Pogba has a new car. That's all you need to know about the MES.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
This is Manchester's radio station for tradespeople and builders. We've been on the air just over a week, and still not enough people have heard about us, and we need to get known. And so the idea we got from Brian, your postman, with the Manchester skyline just scattered with cranes, we need to get one of those cranes and we need to hang a big banner on it saying Fix Radio. So not only the people on that site, but the people on other sites, the people driving by and the people on the way to work, maybe on the bus, maybe on the Metro Link, they'll see it and go, Fix Radio, what's that? They'll find out more. They might Google us. They might rescan their DAB radio. They may decide to download the app so they can listen to us on the app. They might listen to us online. They'll know about Fix Radio. Now, it's a brilliant plan, but we don't have a crane.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You asked around yesterday, you drew a blank.
No one would let me have the crane. I mean, it was, to be honest, people were just confused. I was just coming up to them saying, "You got a crane that I can have this week?" Like maybe if we did it in like a few months, maybe I could have sorted it out.
We haven't got time.
We need it done now.
We haven't got time. We won't be in a few months if we don't get known now.
Probably not. Exactly.
0330 380 3333. That's the number to call. 0330 380 3333. If you can help us out with a crane, I mean, it has to be a big one. It has to be on a big site. It has to be something that... Wait a second. No. Hello, who's this?
Hi, Fix Radio. I hear you're looking for a crane.
Yeah, funnily enough. Yeah, we are. Who's calling?
Hi, my name's Declan McGough from McGough Construction. I'm calling up to offer you the use of the crane this week at one of our Manchester-based development projects.
Wait. Hold on. So you're from McGough, and you've actually got a crane that we can use?
Yeah, it's located at our downtown development project in Manchester. It's a large residential development.
I think I've been past that one. Is that by the River Irwell? I think I've been past it on the tram.
Yeah, it's on Woden Street on the banks of the River Irwell in Manchester. It's a short hop from Manchester City Centre.
That's like top real estate, isn't it, in town? Because you can get into town really quick, like on the tram and everything, but they're like luxury apartments that's been going up. There's a few already up, isn't there? And then there's like the latest ones with the crane on.
Yeah, it's a Manhattan-inspired apartment scheme. There's 368 units in it. 1, 2 and 3 bedders.
Wow!
I mean, if the tram's going past it as well, and that's just extra publicity that we need, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The tram runs within about 20 metres of the development.
Hey, Gaz, this is a cracking spot. I can't believe he's going to loan you the... Can we have this crane, then?
Then to get the crane, you can have the crane tomorrow if you want. Our partner, A-Rod, are using the crane. It's their crane, and they're our build partners. I'm sure they'll be happy to help.
So we can get that giant... How high is this crane?
Oh, 40 to 50 metres high. There's a couple of cranes on the site.
Gaz, 40 to... What are you like with heights, Gaz?
I'm all right. How do you even get up a crane?
Yeah, it's a long walk up a long ladder.
Oh, no!
Duran, I know you heard me the first time. And Rio, which takes me back to my days working in the workshop at Warrington Tool Hire, because we had the radio on all day, Gaz, and we used to just make up words to the songs that came on the radio. They weren't particularly clever, but that one, we used to sing, her name is Rio and she dances with no knickers on. Told you. Not that. We all just... When you get... No, it didn't even rhyme. No, it didn't have to rhyme. And there was another one, I forget who sung the song, and it went, why does your love hurt so much? I don't know who did that song. Anyway, every time that would come on the radio, all three of us in the workshop, after we go, why does your love hurt so much? We'd all chant, 'cause you still got your tights on, baby. It's Graham, Mack and Gaz in the fog in Salford. The temperature, -2 degrees.
This is the day of our stunt where I only found this out 48 hours ago. I'm going up a massive crane just outside of Manchester city centre, and of all days, Today is foggy.
That might help you though, because you mightn't be able to see down from 150 feet up, 45 metres.
That's actually a very good point, yeah, because you've got to look down, haven't you, because of the ladders. So I've got to look where my feet are going, so there's no way of avoiding looking down. That's the scariest thing about this whole thing.
Gaz, you're going to take one for the team.
I actually said it was a great idea at the time, and then you said, well, don't say that because you'll be going up it. Here we are. Yeah, well and truly taking one for the team, but I'm scared, Graham. I can see it now and it's terrifying.
We're just outside the site. The site is downtown. It's an apartment block by the River Irwell. You might know it. And McGough's have got their name. They're the construction company. They've got their name on the big blue crane. So if you've been past it, you'll know which one it is. We can't actually see it in the fog right now. Anything could happen this morning.
I'm terrified. I'm genuinely terrified.
Graham, Mack and Gaz, and here we are in the cabin on the site at downtown in Salford. And Gaz, you getting nervous about going 150 feet up a tower crane?
I'll be honest, I never give this enough thought, I don't think, especially before agreeing to it. I definitely should have thought this through a little bit more. Now I've seen the crane.
I've told you the motto on this show is to bite off more than you can chew and chew like buggery.
Yeah, there we go.
So that's what we do. All right, so what's your name?
Peter.
What's your job here, Peter?
I'm a tower crane operator.
So, how long does it take you, an experienced man, from the ground to get to your cab?
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
That's what should take him?
It depends how cold it is. If it's really cold, it'll take 5 minutes.
Okay. And how did you get into this line of work?
I just drifted into it about 20 years ago. Worked on construction sites and then started on the tower cranes.
Yeah, do you like the job?
Oh, it's amazing, yeah. It's amazing.
What's the best bit about the gig?
Sitting up there in the cabin, it's nice and peaceful, nice and quiet.
All right.
You've got your kettle, you've got your radio, you've got your heater, 2 heaters, and it's nice and warm up there.
I have to ask this question. If you're drinking tea up there, what do you do when you want to go?
Well, if I put it to you like this, you take a bottle of water up, you drink that, and when you bring it back down, it's a different colour.
Just before Gaz goes up 150 feet to the top of the tower crane to lift a huge fixed radio banner.
You know, you don't have to say how high it is every single
It's
time,
the equivalent of 10 double-decker buses stacked on top of each other. And Gaz gets vertigo standing on the curb. I mean, so this is going to be a big deal. Let's talk to one of the experts here. So, what's your name?
I'm Joe Jones. I'm senior site manager.
See, so you've seen it all. You've seen, people go up cranes. You've seen what it's like.
48 years in the industry.
There you go. You're the man. How's he going to go then?
I think it's these conditions are going to make it worse today, especially up top. It's so bitterly cold when you get to that height. In fact, when you come down, I think you'll find your balls are like a corduroy cap.
Oh, no. We're staring at this crane. This how big was it exactly, Pete?
Just short of 150 feet.
Just short of 150 feet, and I'm about to climb it for fixed radio. We've got our scaffolding cube. The fog has disappeared from Manchester pretty much, and I'm about to get going up this massive crane. Why do I keep saying yes to things?
Gaz has gone to check in with Pete, the crane driver. You see how nervous I'm getting for him now? It's 150 feet he's climbing up this crane. And we're here with Ben as the hoist comes down. Just talk us through what's going to happen next, Ben.
We're going to go up to the 10th floor on the site, and then we'll take the stairs up to the roof, and that's where we're going to do mainly the demo for this morning.
Okay, yeah. So just to let you know, we're at downtown in Salford on the banks of the River Irwell. We're getting in this now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Certainly
On the banks of the River Irwell, luxury apartments that are being built. This is the construction part of the game. We're getting a tower crane and we're going to lift a giant banner And thanks to Gemma. How are you, Gemma?
I'm good, yeah,
You're,
I'm good.
you're wrapped up. Look how cold
Oh, I know,
you are.
it's cold. I'm up on the roof now for the next hour, so I'm ready and warm.
Is this the kind of thing that Philosophy PR normally do?
Not on my day-to-day, no. This is a special stunt, but it's good fun to do it. It's all part of PR.
All right, well, the hoist is going up. We're only going up 10 floors, which is nowhere near as high as the 150 feet where the crane is, where Gaz is going to be. And we'll talk to you in a bit. We're hoping he survived. We're safe in this thing, aren't we, man?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I think so. Goodness me, it's Graham Mack on Fix Radio. 10 stories up on the construction of the downtown apartment complex in Salford on a misty Manchester morning. I'm here with Jack Edwards, and Jack, Gaz has just got onto the first stage of the, I'm guessing is he about 10 feet up now?
He is. I've lost a tenner. We didn't think he'd get that high. Me and the sound engineer definitely said there's no way. You see how much his knees were shaking?
I know.
He was shaking like a dog.
He's not in a good way. Pete, the crane driver, is guiding him up, and they've already stopped.
He's dragging it.
He's at the first gantry, and it looks to me from here as if Gaz has frozen on. Oh no, he's moving again. Go on, Gaz!
Go on, Gaz!
Go on, Gaz! There he is. He's a long way down. He's not.
We're heckling you. You enjoy this as much as I am.
He's going to climb this ladder, which is 150 feet to the top of the crane. Then he'll be in the cab, and his mission then is to lift a huge Fix Radio banner and show it to the city of Manchester, to show Manchester that Fix Radio, the radio station for tradesmen and builders, has arrived. We've been on the air for just over a week, and we need people to hear from us. And this was Brian. Actually, Gaz has been blaming me. This was his postman's idea.
It was.
Brian the postman.
It was.
We were looking for ideas for a stunt, and Brian the postman said a crane and a vanner.
If I was Gaz, I'd be getting a dog to attack the postman after this. Definitely, without a doubt.
Gaz is climbing the 150 feet to the top of a tower crane. I'm here with Jack Edwards, and he's about level with us now, so he's managed to climb 10 stories up.
Gaz, how you feeling? Fabulous.
Gaz has just shouted back to us that he's fabulous. Now, we don't know if he's being so...
Gaz,
you all right, Gaz? Pose for a picture, mate. We're just taking... You'll be able to see this. Fixradio.co.uk, or if you follow us on Twitter, you'll be able to see this picture of Gaz. About 10 floors up.
Yeah, what's that running down his leg?
Right, just completed the climb. I'm being very careful where I look right now because genuinely terrified. My mate Pete's helped me up here.
Gaz, can you stop your knees from shaking, please, mate?
I can't stop them, I'm trying. Right, you know what? Been here about 10 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that now. I don't know, it feels like an hour, but I'm getting more used to it, actually. Starting to get a little bit less nervous. Pete's operating the crane at the minute in the little cabin here, and we're just picking up our big Fix Radio scaffolding cube. Now, the fog's gone a little bit across the Manchester skyline, so I think it's time that we show the city who we are, essentially, and dangle this big massive cube over the skyline of Manchester and let the traders of this great city know who we are. This was our idea for a promotional stunt. Admittedly, it wasn't my idea to climb the crane, but here we are, and this is who we are. Apparently, this is Fix Radio, and I'm Gaz Trigwater, and I am terrified. Please get me down.
Graham Mack, 10 floors up above Manchester on a construction site. It's the downtown apartment complex on the banks of the River Irwell. Hundreds of luxury apartments on a 150-foot high crane that Gaz is operating right now. He's going to lift the banner. As we go over and have a look at what's happening now, and I can see that the hook of the crane that Gaz is operating is now heading towards the cube that we've made up with the fixed banner on it that we want to fly over Manchester, over the skyline of Manchester. It's about a 5-metre square scaffold with Fix Radio written on each side. The side I'm looking at now, I can just about see Fix Radio Manchester. We asked people to call in with ideas of what we can do to get known in Manchester as the brand new radio station for tradesmen and builders, and this is what you said do. You said get a crane on one of the sites and lift lift the banner above it. Gaz has climbed to the top of this crane and is operating it with Pete, the crane operator, right now. And it's off the ground. We've actually got the cube has taken flight. It is airborne now. There's a drone in the sky filming this. You'll be able to see this at fixradio.co.uk. And the crane has definitely got the weight of the cube as our crowd here, which is gathered on top of the 10th floor of the construction site here, are open-mouthed. Made for the trade is what it says on the other side. So we've got 4 sides. First side says Fix Radio Manchester. The next side says Made for the Trade. So you can tell that we're the radio station for builders and tradespeople. The banner will fly over the skyline of Manchester. Fix Radio.
All right, we've swung it round 360 degrees. I think that's good enough. I think the traders of Manchester should know who we are after this. But we are Fix Radio. We are a radio station built for the trade, made for the trade. We are for the traders of Greater Manchester. We are brand new. We're on DAB, online, and it's just the best thing to get you through work, especially in the mornings with me and Graham Mack from 7 till 9 a.m. on the brand new Fix Radio Manchester Breakfast Show. I'm getting down now because I'm absolutely terrified. I don't think I'm cut out to be a crane driver. Nowhere near do I have the skill set of some of the guys here. But yeah, big thank you to Pete for helping me through this. I'm going to get down now and hopefully never get back up again. It's like Alton Towers times a million. If you imagine Oblivion at Alton Towers, yeah, that, but constantly. Right, I'm signing out. Gaz out.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham Mack and Gaz.